Everybody, it's me, Briggsell, just having another one of those walks, and it's been like over a week now since my last video update, so I suppose I better do another one. My channel's getting really quite sparse these days. That's not because I'm not playing any games or anything, or I'm not doing anything interesting to talk about. It's just it's the summer. Work is still going on. It's getting busier and quieter at the same time. That just makes no sense, but it's true. It's coming up to the end of the term, so things are winding down, but they're also getting urgent, the things that need to be done. So it's kind of like a mixture of slowing and quickening pace at work, which makes no real sense now that I'm talking about it out loud, but it's the way it is. Forgive my looking around. I just want to make sure that I'm not interrupting anyone else's walk by talking. There's no one actually around, but I check anyway. It's a very nice evening. It's not hot at all, especially in the shade that I'm currently in, apart from a little beam of light that's there. It's quite late. We're talking like nearly 20 past 8, half past 8, so we've got about an hour of sunlight left. But as you can see, the fact that this is almost completely in shadow means that it's getting there. I've got Chester with me. You can just about see him over there. I'm not going to do anything fancy because, there's no point. So, what's going on? Other than work, not much has really changed. My iron levels are still really low. My ferritin levels, ferritin within the iron, as it were. And we don't really know why. I'm taking more and more iron supplements, but they're just not doing any, they're not making any difference. I seem to be just stuck with iron, so yeah. So I'm trying to figure out why that is the case. Now, the doctor said to me that it might be my tea absorption, or my tea consumption, I should say, stopping the absorption of iron. God, that's a bit of a sentence, isn't it? So the tea, or specifically the tannin within the tea, is stopping the absorption of the iron in my bloodstream. So they suggest I cut out tea, so that's what I've done really this past week. I've cut down, I've only had probably 3 cups of tea this week, when it's more like 2 a day. It's a very English thing to have to cut down. Oh, you've got to cut down on your tea. Okay. So yeah, that's what I've done really. Cut down on the old tea, which is a bit of a bummer really, because when I go to work, the first thing that I really do is get a cup of tea, get the calories back in my system from the walk that I've just done to get to school. So I'm half knackered already. I want the calories, and there's no calories anymore. So I've got to think of other ways without actually consuming sugar or the substitute for sugar, which is carbohydrates, pretty much any form of carbohydrates. Weight wise, I'm plateauing. I'm almost certain that I'm now plateauing. It's been at least 3 weeks since I've lost any weight. I'm roughly the same. I'm roughly 20 stone, pretty much dead. Pretty much nothing else is happening weight wise. I haven't changed my diet in any way. It's just got to a point where I'm very much now just on a specific template that I'm using. Schedule, well, not so much schedule, but something like that. That's keeping me well fed without feeling that I'm eating too much or that I'm not eating enough. I'm also exercising a lot more. And so, it's that's the way it is. I'm running, which is quite a strange thing. I'll talk about that another time. But yeah, it's been a very interesting past couple of weeks, and without much really happening. But I'll go into more detail about it when I actually sit down and talk about it properly. Because at the moment, I'm obviously not really in the mind to talk about all this sort of stuff in depth. So anyway, that's it. Thanks very much everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm not going to leave it a week before the next one, that's for sure. So stay tuned.